Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Character Analysis, where I go in-depth on a character with their past, character development, and my personal opinions on them. You guys really liked Pink Diamonds and requested I did a Lapis one immediately, so here you go. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like Steven Universe, as well as follow my Instagram and Twitter. You can request video ideas there, as well as interact with me more personally. My Instagram and Twitter are both on the screen, as well as linked in the description box below. Anyway, let's get into this video.
Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big dope dealing money, he was getting some coins.
Again, before I get into the video, I just want to say this was made before Steven Universe Future. So if Lapis had more development, it won't be acknowledged in this video, so don't get mad at me. So Lapis in her past can be considered either very straightforward or very complex. She has been through a lot, that's for sure. But what exactly has she been through? Well, she was a loyal homeworld gem. Many speculate that Lapis Lazulis are similar to sapphires, being rare and powerful. But when she was explaining how she got trapped in the mirror, she stated that during the war she was sent to Earth by the diamonds. It was only supposed to be for a short period of time, but she got caught and poofed by a crystal gem. This crystal gem looked a lot like the bismuth we know, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. While she was poofed, she got picked up by a homeworld gem and got confused for a crystal gem. She was put inside of a mirror and used as a tool. She was asked questions by the homeworld gems that she didn't know how to answer, like where is your base or where is your leader. She didn't know how to answer and she couldn't say she wasn't one of them, so she was trapped silently in a mirror. Soon the homeworld gems fled, and Lapis was left behind inside of the mirror. She got stepped on during the panic, resulting in her gem cracking. So she was left there, trapped there inside of a mirror for over 5,000 years. It might be 6,000, but I don't remember. She said while she was explaining her story, freedom was in my sight but out of reach for ages. This seemed to be like the traumatizing part for her, and it's pretty understandable why. It's like you're being starved eternally, but you had a meal right in front of you, and every time you reach for it, it dodges your touch. That's a weird analogy I made up in my head just now, but you get the point. One day, after thousands of years, she was picked up by Pearl, who did nothing but keep Lapis in the mirror and hide her in their base. This is why Lapis was so angry when Steven released her from the mirror. Pearl knew she could have released Lapis, but didn't to avoid conflict. When Lapis was released, her gem was cracked but held herself together fairly well, with the only noticeable problem being her pupils are missing and she couldn't fly. When Steven healed her gem, she flew to Homeworld but soon came back due to the fact it was so different and unsettling. Then, as we know, Lapis was used by Jasper and Peridot as a tool to finding the crystal gems and collecting info on them. I think we all remember Jailbreak, so I won't go too deeply explaining this. Lapis was sort of force fused with Jasper in Jailbreak, and the reason why this happened is arguable and is mostly based on a personal view. Many believe Lapis fused with Jasper to save the crystal gems. Others believe it was for Lapis to take out her built-up anger of 5,000 years on someone. Then there's people who think it was a little bit of both. Why Lapis did this is for you to decide, but this did scar Lapis pretty good too. She was trapped under the ocean fused with Jasper, I believe for many months. She said she used all of her strength to keep Jasper down for that time, and it was very tiring and traumatizing for her. This was all stated after Alexandrite defeated Malachite in a battle, unfusing Jasper and Lapis from each other. After this, Lapis felt like she didn't belong anywhere, but soon warmed up to Earth after living with Peridot in the barn for a little while. Now, of course, there were many times she left and came back, but the point is, she's very traumatized due to the war, the mirror incident, and being trapped under the ocean with Jasper. She's a very complex character, but through all of this, did she grow? Did she learn to cope with her emotions? What actually happened to her regarding her development from these incidents? Well, as we know, she's always been a really loved and edgy character. People often compare her to the e-girls or emo kids you see in school, Tumblr kids. This is actually why most people like her. Many find her relatable and a character you can see yourself in. Though we don't know if this is just because of her past incidents or if this is just the way she was built. We have no clue because we've never seen another Lapis before or what Lapis was like before the war. It's just like rubies. They're all built to be kind of aggressive and they all act sort of in a similar way, right? Well, maybe Lapis Lazulis are the same, but with edginess. Who knows, I'm pretty sure we'll actually get to see more Lapis anyway. But disregarding that, Lapis has definitely shown signs of character development, especially regarding Peridot. Lapis really hated Peridot at first, but she grew to like her and trust her over time. This is also including the other crystal gems. She's also changed in terms of general happiness. She wasn't ever really happy before since she was just recovering from the trauma. But she's generally more happy now and seems to be pleased with life overall. Even though we could definitely use a lot more development from her, we can't just disregard the progress she's already made. My final statement on her development is yes, she did have somewhat noticeable development, but I and many others would like to see even more development from her. I'm really hoping we get to see more development from her in Steven Universe Future. My last topic is to talk about my own personal opinions on her. Now, of course, everything I'm about to say in this section are just my own personal opinions, so please don't get offended or triggered by them. So, I've already explained what my personal opinions on her are in my unpopular opinions video. But I did forget to mention a few things, so I'll go over them, and some of them might make you a little bit happier if you're a Lapis stan. Personally, I've never really liked Lapis at all. I don't know why, she just really annoys me, maybe because of her painfully obvious edgy personality, or maybe because of her lack of caring for others. Just to list off a few, when she ran away from the diamonds to another planet and took Peridot's whole life away from her. When she came back and she didn't even say sorry. The fact that she's just generally a really mean person to everyone really bothers me. But of course, I must acknowledge that she has changed since then. Yes, she's different, but not different enough for me to start liking her. She would have to have some pretty significant development for that. Now, some of you might say, well, Nora, you said you like Pink Diamond and it's a similar situation. Well, yes, but not really. I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I don't see it that way. We must realize that Pink's development was told backwards. Lapis was not. Lapis, to me, is just simply dragging her feelings from her trauma on and can't seem to get rid of them. I'm not going to go too far into Pink because I don't want people to think I'm defending abuse, but just go watch the character analysis I did on Pink for that. Listen, I'm completely open to seeing Lapis change for the better. I was pleasantly surprised to see her come back and slam a barn on Blue Diamond. But when she just said hey to the others with no sorry, I just got kinda turned off. It reminded me as to why I don't like her. She's selfish, overly edgy, and she's just an annoying character to me, I don't know. Again, I want to see her change. I might even start liking her if that happens. But right now, I just can't get myself to. I am literally praying to see Lapis get better development in Steven Universe Future. Maybe she'll really redeem herself, I don't know. But please don't hate me, Lapis fangirls, it's just all my personal opinion. What do you guys think about Lapis? Let me know in the comments, I promise I still read every single comment I get. It's just fun to see me read all of your opinions as well. I think I change a lot of your minds and perspective with these videos, which is great. That's what I'm hoping for. Again, make sure to follow my Instagram and Twitter for updates, votes on videos, and many other things. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.